Hello, welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. We're going to be playing the map Valley of Death today on the F Heroes 2 engine. So this map is an expert difficulty map. It says you have 6 months to destroy the Necromancer's stronghold in the heart of the valley. So that's pretty straightforward. We have to conquer a town, we have a time limit to do it in. And I think this is a good opportunity to do something I don't think we've done on the channel before, which is to start off as the Sorceress. Also going to give ourselves a disadvantage of 30% fewer resources per turn. So we're up against the green opponent, who we won't necessarily have to fight, and the red opponent we have to defeat to complete the map. Not really sure what to expect from this, but let's jump in and see how it goes. So we can see that our starting zone is extremely open. Very few signs of any fights we can take. If we have a look in the town itself, we actually don't start with a tree house, which is very strange. So we need to find some wood for that. But we do start off with elves. Start off with the archery range, we start off with the, what's it called, the tavern? No, the cottage. So we can recruit dwarves, we can recruit elves. Of course, right now we don't have enough gold to recruit either. So I think we're going to send Luna out just to pick some things up. She's pretty much just going to be a scout to enable us to pick up those units. The hero who can be slightly stronger, so our next choice is most likely going to be Vertorna. So we do not have what we need to build the statue. We could build the tree house, which is pretty cheap but does use up all of our wood. We probably don't need the wood for too much. We do need it to upgrade the archery range. Stonehenge requires ore. In a way, I think the well is better, but treehouse is more likely to give us an immediate boost because we will have access to those units straight away. We could recruit Vertorna now, which is probably fine to do. The problem is, she would need to come back and pick those units up if we send her in another direction, but I think that's still worth doing. We could also send her out with some units, but the problem is we don't want to leave the elves behind. I think we will leave everything behind, and we'll try to come back later. I guess we could at least take the sprites, because they're not going to slow us down too much. They are average speed, which is still not very good, but it's something we can work with. Okay, so choice of Eagle Eye or Navigation. I doubt there's even water on this map. It said the Necromancer town is in the heart of the valley. Eagle Eye is just not a good skill though, so we're going to go with Navigation. And probably can't take on lots of sprites, so we do have the option of just returning straight back to the town. She, as a Sorceress, does start off with a spell book. She's got 3 knowledge, 3 spell power, which is not bad. Could go straight to the Shrine of the First Circle. I can't see us getting... I can't see us getting enough resources to justify going for the Mage Guild. There's 2,000 gold, 5 of each wood and ore. Not sure why our town is called Blood Rain. That seems weirdly heavy metal for a Sorceress town. I think we will actually go towards the gold because I think we're going to send Luna up to the north to follow the path. So we'll worry about taking fights later. This does seem to be a very open map, so it doesn't matter too much if we're not immediately taking battles. Let's see where this goes. So regular supply of wood, let's go straight for that. And let's keep moving up. And yeah, the map does stay very open. So we can see a chest just here. It's unfortunately a very weak tier chest, just the 1,000 gold. Don't think we've picked up ore. Yeah, still no ore. I would really like some. I'm actually going to skip the wood in hopes of getting some ore. We get gems instead. Air Summoning Altar. Slightly unexpected. Yeah, we have very few choices for what to build here. We do have access to Agar the Warlock, who does have some pretty good units. Advanced Scouting's not bad. He could actually be a pretty good choice. But we need to get ourselves a bit more gold. Justify going for that. We could just pick him up. So we will have 700 gold left over, which is enough for just 2 elves. I think it makes sense to wait till next turn. Got some halflings we can grab up here too. I think we'll go west, and I think we'll pick up the well, because we definitely do want that. And end the turn there. Okay, so Luna is going to grab the campfire, which again gives us resources we don't need right now, but will come in handy later. Water wheel, there will be just 500 gold, because it's the first week. Can't see anything else too great to the west. Can't take on centaurs, of course. can see an observation tower, which is going to be really useful. Another campfire here, which gives us some more sulfur, some more gold. Hopefully going to get some gold from the leprechaun, which we do. And in order to access the ore pit just there, we need to go through the lots of sprites. So I think in this case, we'll deprioritize building anything, and we'll go with Agar. We will pick up the elves for sure. Spread the gargoyles out. We could get 8 sprites, it's not really going to make too much difference. We could also go for 6 dwarves, that wouldn't be too bad. We could go for something like Crystal Garden instead, so it's day 3. Crystal Garden's also not that good. 8 sprites per week. By the time we feel the benefits of that, sprites could be pretty irrelevant. Moat, on the other hand, doesn't help us too much. I think we do pick up the extra units. Gonna make it slightly harder to protect the elves. But we should be okay to go for this. So we'll go for the extra level. We will go for, I think we still go for Advanced Wisdom, even though Scouting is at its most useful right now. Okay, first fight, let's see how it goes. So some losses expected. A Warlock should also start off with a spellbook, but we just have the Curse spell. I still wonder if that's worth going for, because I have a feeling this stack of 9 could go for the elves, which is the main thing to worry about. If we go forward, we get 2 to 3 kills, probably not worth doing. I think we go defensive. I'm just going to go for this, it probably won't make much difference. Yep, so they are going to focus down the centaurs. If we go for this attack, I don't think it's going to help us too much. Might actually move down. So we can be hit by 3 more stacks here, and that's fine. I think if the centaurs get focused down, it doesn't matter too much. They do actually go for the elves. Actually, really smart move by the AI, stopping us just before we get our turn. Going to rely on the dwarves to open that up, but it becomes very hard to actually block that spot. 2 to 3 kills if we go for that attack. So we can see that the 3 other sprites move next. At least one of them will put themselves in range of the dwarves. I wonder if we go for this attack, could we finish them off with the gargoyles? So they do 2 to 3 damage each. I think there's a chance, but it's a very low chance. So we're looking at 5 attack versus 2 defense. Only 6 hit points left though, so I kind of want to keep these safe. So unsurprisingly, the sprites are going to focus down our ranged units. We are taking fairly heavy losses. So we can open this up, but it becomes difficult to actually protect the elves. Still going to go for this. Okay, so next round begins. This doesn't really help us too much because we are still very much open to attack on the elves. Don't really think there's much we can do. Could go and follow up the attack. But no, I think the key thing is just to block as much space as possible, so we do lose that first elf. We'll move centaurs up just to try and bait these away, as they actually do start focusing down the dwarves. These will still skip their turn, we just want to minimize losses to the elves as much as possible. It doesn't really matter too much if we lose a few dwarves. We'll go for these because they're not cursed. The elves, again, skip their turn. Just focus on using the dwarves. Do all the killing for us. So the curse wears off on the stack of 9. We'll go for it one more time. 2 hit points left on this stack, so we skip our turn. There's a good chance these will get attacked instead of the elves, which would be completely fine. Although elves, only 3 hit points left. So yeah, we do lose another one of those. Let's weaken these before they move, as they do finish off that stack. 1 to 2 kills if we go for that attack. On that stack. 9 hit points left on this stack. So yeah, I think we skip the turn, we kill off the stack of 9 with these. Stack of 4 shouldn't then be able to get a kill. Still got all of our hit points left on this stack. So we have lost about half of our forces. Not sure if that was much better than auto-resolve, can't really remember. But, importantly, it does get us access to ore. It's the main thing we need. A little bit of ore up there too, but we have to take on lots of halflings, which could maybe be done if we had a good enough spell, but we don't, we just have Bless. Okay, so back to the town. We have nothing left we can afford to go for with the exception of Captain's Quarters. I'm not expecting us to get attacked anytime soon, so I'm not going to bother going for that. We'll end the turn there. I have the Magi to the east, so someone can see us, presumably the Necromancer. Okay, so we go to the observation tower, which does reveal the town of Willow to the north. Can't see what's in there, a jail. For an extra hero, there is actually water on this map. Looks like quite a well-designed map. We can see the rivers do flow towards the lake, or the sea, whatever it is, and a couple of lakes around too. Not seeing any massively good map objectives. I guess the town of Willow, but I think we need a Thieves Guild to see what that is. Problem is we don't have too much wood right now. We could do some trading for it, but we need reliable long-term resources. So Agar, I think, definitely goes for this. Pick this up too, so that is the Medal of Valor, which I believe is +1 morale. Could help us slightly. We're obviously not strong enough to take on a pack of elves or lots of elves, so we're just going to have to come back. There is some wood just there that can be grabbed. We go back to the town. I suppose the next thing we want would be Stonehenge, but still very little access to ore. So if we were to do some trading, I guess we have a bit of an excess of sulfur, but I wouldn't feel too comfortable giving that up because we can't see any sulfur mines. Okay, let's go to the east. Let's see what we get from this. So 2 crystal. There is a sulfur mine just there, guarded by lots of gargoyles, so I guess we could do a little bit of trading. It depends if this is super urgent, so there's no way we get 10 ore. That's just too much. It's day 4. What else could we do? So we got the well, which gives us a few extra elves next week. Fenced meadow. Definitely a reason not to trade away any gems. Mage Guild I think is probably worth going for. If we had better spells in that fight it would have gone better. Do want the Thieves Guild too, of course. But that is premature. I think we'll see what we can get if we trade the sulfur. We could trade 6 sulfur for 2 gems. No, that's not good at all. Let's resist temptation. Let's go for this. So we actually get 8 wood from that, which is pretty good. Takes us over the 10 mark. We could probably justify going Thieves Guild. Let's hold off for now. Try and get ourselves the Mage Guild, if possible. Okay, we'll end the turn. Still no sign of any opponents, which is great. We go for this, and let's grab a bit of experience. Go for Wisdom, of course. Dwarf Cottage just there for a few free dwarves. I suppose we should try and figure out what's in here before the end of the week, so I'm going to go for the Thieves Guild. I think this should tell us. I hope I'm not wrong. It does, okay. It doesn't tell us exactly what's in there, but we know it's swordsmen, peasants, and archers. Which isn't going to be too bad to take on. We could probably do it. I doubt by the end of the week, because our units are just too far away. If we try to go for a hero chain, it could maybe work. Thing is, I doubt Luna has good spells. Yeah, she just has Bless too. So I'm assuming it won't be too many swordsmen. We can obviously grab a few halflings. So yeah, 38 halflings. Plus all of these units. Plus, let's see how many dwarves. 13 dwarves. There's not necessarily a big advantage to taking it before the end of the week, but it is the best map objective we can go for. So if we just go all out for that, that's probably fine. So yeah, we're going to send Vitorna back. She probably actually can't get too much further once she takes these. Should we just go for the temple instead? She could even be our attacker. So we get 2 more turns after this, so day 6 we'll move to about there. Day 7, I'm not sure we can even reach. We'll start moving Luna down. There's actually a hill fort just there, which I didn't really think about too much, but that could be pretty good. Okay, we will move slightly closer. Is he able to reach next turn? No, that's 3 turns apparently, so let's take a step back. It's good to be as precise here as possible, so yeah, we can just about reach next turn. That's gonna have to do. Let's end the turn there. Any units we just have to leave behind in the town, but we're gonna pass all of this stuff across. Take the Centaur, which is average speed, but it's okay for movement points. So Vitorna can get pretty close to Luna. I think we just move straight up. Move down, grab all of the extra units. I think I might keep the Gargoyle for the initiative, but then again they probably drop our morale. Yeah, they do. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so Luna is going to go for this, which does upgrade our dwarves into battle dwarves, so 23 battle dwarves. We can't quite reach below this turn. I've already been to the fountain, lots of swordsmen there we can't take. Lots of gargoyles. I think we don't want to weaken ourselves right before this battle. Lots of royal mummies I can't see happening. Yeah, if we go for Bless on a stack of 23 battle dwarves, that is an okay improvement, 2 to 4 damage. On the halflings even better, 1 to 3 damage, so bringing that up to 3 damage each can make a big difference. Not sure how fast swordsmen are, I think they're average. So this is our strongest stack, we want the battle dwarves near to them. Biggest stack of sprites should move first. I think that will do. Okay, we'll get as close as we can. We'll return to the town. Upgraded cottage is easily in reach. We don't necessarily need it because we could upgrade the dwarves as we pass through the hill fort, but that's a bit of a detour. Kind of limits our options, plus dwarves will slow us down in the meantime. Still, I think we're better off not going for anything. If anything, maybe Crystal Garden. I did say it's not a particularly useful building, because 8 sprites per week is not a lot. But it's nearly the end of the week. I'm going to go for it. It's not a great building, but I think it's fairly risk-free. It's just 1,000 gold. This is risky, of course. We don't know what's in there, but it's still week 1, so they won't have grown at all. 23 battle dwarfs will surely be enough. Yep. So just the 2 swordsmen, that's completely fine. If we can save ourselves from losing those sprites, that would be great, but I guess we probably can't. Actually, we can move with our halflings before the archers move. Okay, I think we sacrifice the stack of 1, that does block the swordsman. Then we go all out against these. So this is going to get us 3 to 10 kills, so if we go for Bless, that brings it up to a guaranteed 10 kills. Absolute no-brainer. They get 1 kill from that, which is completely fine. These will skip their turn. Swordsmen take those out. If we go for this attack, there's no retaliation to worry about, but the dwarves should be able to handle that. Perfect. So just the 2 losses, that went really well. If we move into the town, we do need, of course, 20 or 20 wood to upgrade that, so all we have access to is peasants. So it's a good thing to have, it's an extra 500 gold per turn, but it's not quite what I was hoping for. I'm not really sure what I was hoping for. I guess it was always the case we'd need a fort. Extra 500 gold per turn, that's effectively 50% extra income. But yeah, lots of royal mummies, it's probably too soon to go for that. We're not too far off. Green barrier just there, so we need to find a green tent. I wonder about lots of royal mummies. Probably better off going for the lots of gargoyles instead. We could even pass the units back. So Vitorna has actually been to the temple, which gives her a bit of extra morale against the gargoyles. They're going to be pretty hard to block off because they're so fast. Vitorna just has Bless. Thing is, if we go for that fight, it's impossible to block off the halflings before they can reach us. It doesn't really get us too much. It gets us a chest and sulfur, which is not directly useful to us as Sorceress, apart from for the... I think just for the Mage Guild. Yeah, it's Mercury we need for the Red Tower. Can go for the statue, but Mage Guild level 1 might be better. So if we go for lots of swordsmen, that gives us a bit of extra wood, but it's really all we need more. So we could go towards the halflings, they're a bit of a detour away. If we go for the lots of orc chiefs, gets us a bit of extra gold. We could take on the gargoyles using purely the battle dwarves. Something I hadn't really considered, but it should work. 23 battle dwarves plus bless, plus having... well... she has 0 attack, 0 defense, so we don't get any stat advantage. Luna at least has 1 defense. Medal of Valor could kick in, but it's still a little bit risky. So lots could in theory be anything up to 49, which it almost certainly won't be, but it's probably not wise to go for it, because if for some reason that is a far bigger spawn than expected, that could literally cost us the game. So I think we resist. Yeah, safe option is to go south towards the halflings, ignore the obelisks for now. I guess we give these units to Vitorna, since she can still move south. Okay, so we'll do that, we'll move across to the obelisk, and Vitorna can't take on lots of elves. Could take on lots of centaurs. But actually the gargoyle would have helped a lot with that. So halflings are slow speed, which means sprites do get to move before them. So they're definitely an easier target. Could we take on the ruins? Can't recall exactly what happens in those. So Medusas in this game don't have ranged attack, but still not sure we can take it. We'll go towards it. Oh! Of course, it's not a creature bank, so we can just spend 2,000 gold. 4 Medusas. I think what we really need right now is the power spike. Then again, how much does it help us with the elves? Maybe not too much. I guess we do want to take on the pack of boars if we end up playing this for long enough to have a stack of phoenixes. The sooner we get the alchemist lab, the better. For this fight though, I think we, if anything, just want to split sprites, or even just have a 1 stack. Okay, Agar's going to come back and see what this is. So slow spell, that's good to have. There's another obelisk to the south, lots of halflings, that's definitely beatable. I think Agar goes back towards the town. We will go for the statue. Should be fine to do that this turn. Gives us a bit of extra gold to work with next week, and we'll end the turn there. Oh, that's not good. Week of the Vampire. That is not what we need. So, of course, our main opponent is a necromancer. We currently have the most towns, which is good, but they will, of course, start off with advantages over us. Have to remember, of course, we are also taking a bit of a penalty to our resource generation. So we can see stables to the southwest and a path that goes in the northwest direction, which I think is actually closer to us than anything. It appears to be slightly to the north, so possibly in this little area. That could actually be worth targeting. Okay, we're going to send Agar back into the town. We do have a couple of extra heroes available to us. It's the start of a new week. Should still be fine to go straight for this fight. Oh wow, they want to join us. Okay, so 73 halflings, that's the best possible outcome. 9 ore from that too, that's a really nice boost. So we can go Stonehenge pretty soon, which does actually require the Mage Guild. Didn't really notice that before. So yeah, Mage Guild we definitely do want to go for. We're pretty close to affording that. We would just need to go to the marketplace or the trading post even. So we could trade a little bit of wood just to get earlier access to that. It depends if there's anything useful we can do with Agar now. Possibly there's not. So Luna's already been to this. We will move back to the south. Can't see anything else worth going for. So I think, yeah, we go for the windmill. Go back towards the watermill and... do we spend our gold on the Medusas? We should take the fight with centaurs. The problem is they are quite fast. No, they're average speed, but average speed still means... Well, if we put the one stack at the top, we could block off 2 of their stacks. But then again, there's more of an argument for splitting the halflings. So we'll take some losses from that, but for what we gain, it's probably worth it. We could also take off some of these more vulnerable units, but Battle Dwarves against Centaurs not necessarily that good. So with our 1800 gold, we're just short of the Mage Guild, which, yeah, like I said, we don't really need that this turn. I think we don't go for the Medusas. So, the way this goes is the sprites go in, they block off 2 stacks. First stack moves, kills off the sprite. Then the halflings move, kill off a stack of their choice. Still a few stacks left after that. If anything, yeah, I think splitting the halflings, being the same speed, no, they're slow of course, so makes no sense. Although, because they'll definitely kill a stack each time they attack, it's more useful to do that than it is to block them. Stack of 24 sprites still gets to move first. Okay, resist the Medusas, I think they're just too slow to get really involved, so we'll move towards this. Agar is going to stay in place. Sprites to the south if we want to. We could do that. We could just buy a stack of 8 dwarves, which should win against lots of sprites. Then we open that up pretty easy. Could even go for the upgraded cottage. But then we only have 300 gold left. This might be overkill, but we'll try it. Okay, victory is expected, but heavy losses. This is probably not worth it. 72 experience too, that's no good at all. I already regret doing this. So if we go for slow, we can actually stop one of their stacks from reaching us, which is probably better than Curse. Yep, so they can now, because they've been slowed as flying units, they've lost their ability to cross the field immediately, so they're down to 2 speed. We have 3 spell power, so that lasts for 3 rounds, which is not bad. We'll go defensive with these. Gonna try to bait their sprites in as much as possible. They do start going for the dwarves. Okay, so at this point going for slow doesn't really help us too much, so stack of 6 moves first, followed by stack of 7. I think we curse one of the 7 stacks. Try to weaken these. Kill the strongest stack we can, this stack still can't reach us. As long as we keep one of our sprites alive, we might get the first turn quick enough to re-slow the sprite, so we could go straight for that now. So there's the stack of 7 there that moves pretty soon. Stack of 5, we could get a kill on these, which we don't. We'll try and weaken them. Okay, do we go for the slow? Does that make sense? If we can kill off 7 now, we just have 4 to deal with, so if these then come in, it doesn't matter too much. Let's go for Curse. Yep, so they do come in, they do reach us, we kill some of these off. Go for the stack of 8, which still goes down in 1. Okay, so the auto-resolve lost 5 dwarves, we lost 3. For the sake of, what, 400 gold, not really worth it, but 4 crystal could come in handy later. It was something for Agar to do this turn. Not the best choice, but never mind. Okay, let's go down to the water wheel, and we could make some use of sending in the gargoyle here, but let's not bother, let's go straight for this. So some loss is expected to the sprites, that seems kind of inevitable, so we're going to accept. Grab the 1000 gold, and could go for the air summoning altar for a few air elementals, that wouldn't be too bad. Would Medusas be better, so there's 6 of those available. Okay, Okay, I think Agar returns to the town. We do want Mage Guild level 1. Let's go for it. So, we do get Magic Arrow, which is great. We get Slow, which we already had access to, but this is at least slightly closer. And Dispel Magic doesn't really help us yet, but could do slightly later. Okay, let's send Agar back to the town to pick those spells up. Give him a bit of extra speed. And let's just check on this. So yeah, these are average speed, which is kind of a problem for us because next best thing we can do perhaps is to go for the elves here, get a bit of gold. I guess we could maybe go for the Royal Mummies. It's a little bit risky, but with those 72 halflings, 73 halflings in fact, plus 23 of these, that should give us enough firepower to break through. Once we do, we get the jail, which presumably there's a chance there's actually a scripted hero in there who's going to be pretty good. So that's probably better than going all the way back here for a little bit of extra gold. Which means Agar probably wants to go west. So out of these two, it is Luna who can go the furthest. In terms of hero level, it's a level 2 and a level 2, so it doesn't matter too much which one we pick. Let's pass all of this stuff across. And we do still have 1400 gold, so the Medusas would help us against the Royal Mummies. That would work. So yeah, we're going to send Luna up in this direction. Just hope she can reach. I think she probably can just about. I don't think we should go one step further. Let's end the turn there. Still no sign of any movement. We're going to go to the west. Before we go for this, let's grab this. Hope for gold. We get gems instead. That's still fine. We can still use that later. Then Vitorna can recruit 5 Medusas, so it's not all of them. I don't think there's any argument for trying to go for the trading post or anything like that. We're going to pick up what we can. Move the Medusas up. So Medusas are pretty good. So 35 hit points each compared to 20 for the Battle Dwarves. 6 to 10 damage compared to 2 to 4. Yeah, so these are going to help us quite a lot. Make sure we take the Medal 2, which does neutralize our morale. And we can reach this turn. We could take a detour for the fountain. I don't think we bother doing that. Let's put the elves to the bottom. This should be okay. We could grab a few more dwarves, but we'd have to come back and upgrade them. So yeah, let's go straight for this. Lots of Royal Mummies. I mean, if it's like 49 Royal Mummies, we're screwed, but we've got that Bless on the Halflings, which is going to make a huge difference. I'm going to go for it. So yeah, it's almost never going to be 49. It wouldn't be 49 Gargoyles either, for the sake of a Sulphur Mine. These things are faster than I remember them being, which is always unfortunate. So these things have 4 speed, so 1, 2, 3, 4. They can go for the block, which is really important. Super important. Can we bait these away? I doubt it, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can try to bait them by moving here. I doubt it'll work. Okay, the stack mostly goes down. They do curse the Medusas, which is unfortunate, but I think they're going to make a big difference in this battle. That stack doesn't manage to curse us. If we go for this, we get 1 kill. Might be better off just staying defensive. Then this goes for the stack of 3, which should be okay to do. Fail to bait them in. We could try and bait them in using the 6 sprites. So these things 5 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They actually can't reach this turn. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if this works. We don't actually want to kill these off. It's 3 to 5 damage per shot. I think we go for it on these because we can see that the stack of halflings can't necessarily kill these off in one go. Well, that attack from the elves did seem to make a difference. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's fine to go for this. We're taking a hit from the mummies either way. As, wow, they do take the bait, and I miscalculated that, so I put them in harm's way, but that's actually fine. Okay, so 6 losses, that wasn't bad at all. I think basic archery in this town is definitely worth having, it's not bad at all. Let's go to this, and we can just about reach the jail, which reveals Dimitri, who is a completely basic level 1 knight. Okay, I was hoping for some kind of scripted hero there who would have been a lot better, but that's the best we can do. So we got some stuff to the southwest. If we follow this through, we got a tree city, we got a tree house, so we can get access to a few more sprites. These units are all very slow, but that's fine. Let's go for the goblin hut just in case a bit of extra fodder can help us. Then as far as these heroes go, I think Vitorna goes back to try and get some better spells, and there's not really too much Agar can do. I think he starts moving across. We go back to this. So we just need gold to afford Stonehenge. Ideally before the end of the week. I think there's no chance of Red Tower, but Fence Meadow might be doable. It's day 3. What else do we need to go for? So Marketplace at some point will be useful. Mage Guild level 2 could be done. Don't need any defensive buildings. Let's end the turn there. Move Dimitri first. So if we move up in this direction, might reveal slightly more of the map, but I kind of doubt it. Lots of Grand Elves is going to be too tough for us. Looks like we can reach this and still leave enough space for Luna to get through. So a pack of mummies there would be completely fine. Already been to this. Several war trolls we can't do, plus we can't get through the green barrier. Lots of veteran pikemen, probably doable, but for the sake of one chest, probably not worth it. Okay, so we'll take the extra spell power, we'll move towards the stables, and then we could come back. I guess it makes sense to take this detour instead. Okay, Vitorna's going to come back. Could also go for the halfling hole just there. So yeah, I think gold supply is the bottleneck right now, which is not too surprising with the penalty. In terms of access to easier gold, I think the key thing we want, of course, is if we could upgrade this to a fort, that's going to help us, or a castle even. Need 7 more ore for that. This path is unblocked, so we can just keep going through. Lots of nomads could be kind of tough, but it doesn't open up a way through. Still, we definitely follow the path here, that does make sense. Okay, so Halfling Hole and Air Summoning Altar could be good. I guess we can also go for the Mystical Garden. I think that's fine to do. So 9 extra Halflings. Agar goes for this. End the turn there. Okay, so this next battle, Pack of Mummies, we shouldn't need to split the units in theory. But we'll do it just to be safe. Okay, key thing we need to know is, do we actually need to go for the Bless? We do want to protect the elves, of course. Okay, so this is a stack of 4, that's the strongest stack of all, so we'll soften them up a bit. Yeah, this doesn't seem clear-cut. I think we do go for the Bless. Take out the fastest stack first. They move slightly closer. We could send these in. 4 speed. They do reach us next turn. This should be fine to go for. They can't get morale, so our halflings are definitely safe for at least 1 more round. Frees us up to attack these. This stack goes for a block. This is slightly dangerous because this stack can't quite reach us. This stack definitely can and probably will. Could try and weaken them some more. It's kind of overkill to go for a stack of 3 when there's a stack of 4 right there, but I'm not sure these can even threaten us. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They can reach the Medusas. Medusas should move first though, so we can move slightly out of their way. Yeah, I'm going to go for these just to protect the elves. We could potentially draw these away too, but no, I think we go defensive. So we've not actually lost the Medusa yet, we might be about to lose one. No, still not lost one, that's great. Okay, so 4 speed. We need to stay away. As they do get alarmingly close to the elves, but we're still hanging on for now. So if we go for this, we've still got all of our hit points left. We get 1 to 2 kills. This is probably fine to go for. Wow, so actually 0 losses. That's really good. Lots of veteran pikemen for a campfire. Really weird guard. Not worth going for at all. Okay, so most of this stuff can be picked up by Dimitri. I think we will go for the idol because a bit of extra luck could definitely come in handy. Dimitri will go for this too, which will speed him up for the rest of the week. We'll grab this and we'll grab the campfire. Torna goes for the gold. So it's day 5, there's still a justification for going back to the town. Agar goes for this and I think starts moving up. Could still look at the air summoning altar, it's not a bad idea. They are neutral, so they shouldn't drop our morale any more than the Medusas. Stonehenge we absolutely do want. These heroes we just ignore. End the turn there, and we can keep going further. Okay, so we have a chance to get our sprites back, so 23 sprites in there. This one requires us to actually buy them, so 1600 gold. Not sure that actually makes sense. We'll go for this, we'll pick it up. And is that blocking the path for Luna? Yes, it is. Okay, so we could go for lots of Orc Chiefs. I don't think that makes sense with the forces we have. The gem mine just there is useful, but not that useful. Lots of nomads. It's a fight we could take. Not sure it's worth it for the treasure chest, but it should be safe to go for. So the fear here is that nomads can get morale. But if we bless the dwarves, we have a decent chance of blocking them back off. Elves might go down. Then we have a space for the sprites, I guess. We kind of already do. I'm still going to go for this because I've annoyed myself by blocking myself off the path. So 33 in total, 1 loss to the Medusas. There might not be too much I can do about that, but we'll see how it goes. It looks like according to auto-resolve they're not going to get morale, which is great. Okay, these go for the block. These also go for the block, and that's the most important thing we could have done. If these stay here, that actually stops this stack from getting through. Unless they turn around, and they're not going to do that. So the elves should be fairly safe. So we'll skip with this. These will go for the bottom stack because we're going to target those last, and 3 to 9 kills on those. We go for Bless, and that should make a massive difference. Okay, so the loss to the Medusa is pretty difficult to prevent. Okay, do we still go for this? I think we actually stay defensive. 2 to 4 kills. It might have been okay to go for. Yeah, we should have gone for it because we really want to focus these down next to save our elves. Okay, gonna take some extra losses to the dwarves there, 1 extra loss at least. Let's weaken these some more. Kill these off if we can. The extra luck does actually kick in and help us out. The Medusas survive the attack from those, but we don't want to go for this attack. I think we just leave it to the halflings. We can finish them off, so we take pretty similar losses to auto-resolve, I think. We'll go for 1,000 gold, so that's the worst possible chest, so that kind of sucks. Push through in this direction. We can at least go for a bit of extra knowledge just there. Okay, is there anything worth going for here? I guess we can pick up the dwarves, that should be fine. Slows us down a bit. Okay, so back in this town, so Fence Meadow, we need 3,000 gold, so that's definitely doable before the end of the week. Is there anything else we can do? So it will be day 7, which is a good time to buy that. We could go for something else too, so we could go for Marketplace. We still have enough for the Fence Meadow after that. But Marketplace, not necessarily useful. It's not like Heroes 3 where you definitely want that. Upgraded Archery Range would be good. Yeah, so Upgraded Cottage, Upgraded Archery Range are the exact same cost. All of this stuff is defensive. We don't need any of that. Mage Guild level 2 would be fine to go for. We still need that Alchemist Lab. Only guarded by a pack of boars, so I think Vitorna should go for that next week. As soon as possible. So we actually want to save gold. So we want Fence Meadow next turn, but I think the rest of our gold we save for units. Let's end the turn there. Still no sign of opponents, which is great. We definitely want a bit of extra knowledge, and we definitely want Dimitri to check out what's in this direction. So a few extra halflings up for grabs. Trees blocking the path. A bit of extra defense just there. Another town. This one's a wizard town, but that is extra halflings, and we do seem to have a pretty good halfling force. Almost tempted to go back to the stables, but that makes no sense. Let's push through. So lots of boars there, that would be very doable. We probably should. Again, it's not a huge reward, just the one chest. But let's go for it. So a few more losses expected this time. Hopefully no morale. Yeah, that all works out. Okay, so the elves can only be reached by 1 stack. This stack has 6 speed, so I think there's a good chance they can reach us. I think we need to go for Bless as usual. 4 to 12 kills, yep, definitely. Okay, no losses taken to those, which is great, but we do lose an elf just there. I guess that's not too surprising. We don't want to go for this attack. We go for this one. 3 to 6 kills, I think that's fine. These skip their turn. Can't really achieve too much. Kill off the stack of 11, stack of 3. It's not managed to kill off a Medusa, so just the 1 loss. That's probably worth it for what turns out to be, again, just 1,000 gold. So, pretty unlucky with that. Okay, we'll go for expert scouting. That could come in pretty handy. We don't really need these dwarves. They're going to slow us down, so I'm going to drop them off in the town. And new week is about to be upon us, so windmill just there is worth going for, of course. Fenced meadow before the end of the week we definitely do want. I think Vitorna, she can get her spell points back if she goes back to the town, but she actually does still have all of her spell points. So perhaps we actually go west. Prepare to visit the Magic Garden, although we could do that on the way through to the Alchemist Lab. So let's park ourselves in the town. Let's get the extra speed from the gargoyles. I think if anything we'd go for the fort in the wizard town. So we're going to end the turn there. Week of the Lizard, so that's not so good for the Necromancer, luckily. Let's see what's going on here. So this is probably a pretty easy guard. I'm going to focus on scouting. Extra gold is definitely useful to us, so willing to go for some of that. Luna definitely wants some extra defense. We do want as much gold as quickly as possible. We could go for this. Water Summoning Altar. We bring these together. They're not going to be any slower than halflings. They're not going to drop our morale. Costs all of our gold if we go for it though, and we don't really need it the same way we need units here. So to take on the boars, we're going to want some kind of defense. The key thing really is just to have a big stack of range units, so 8 druids versus 12 elves. So the elves do 2 to 3 damage each, they're going to shoot twice. These things do 5 to 8 damage. They do have the melee penalty, which could be bad. So the main advantage of greater druids is I'm pretty sure they don't have the melee penalty, so if the boars did get morale, then if it's a choice between basic elves and basic druids, it's not really a factor. I think we just go for the elves. Will cost us more money to upgrade them because this is Heroes 2, but that's just kind of how it is. We can pick up one unicorn just to help us block, and then Gargoyle helps us block too. Take these 2 units. Okay, does this drop our morale too much? I think probably yes. So we actually leave the halflings behind. Take 2 extra dwarves. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, those losses look fine, but let's see if we can protect the elves. It might be difficult. Okay, so these get morale. The key thing is we don't want any of these boars to get morale, which it looks like they don't, so we go for the block, and that should keep us nice and safe. Should have probably gone for Bless there, but I still have a chance to do so, so let's do that. Okay, those dwarves take the hit completely fine. These units all stay defensive, so first dwarf goes down. Stay defensive. Doing really well with their morale. Unicorns do take the hit, so we skip this turn, kill these off. Just the one loss, perfect. Okay, so we go for this. We do also get a chest for that, which is great. Let's grab ourselves the sulfur, and this guy does have expert scouting, so he's a good one to send down. In terms of heroes who are available to us, so there's another warlock and there's another knight. Doesn't really help us. Okay, do we try to stay in place, grab a few water elementals next turn? It shouldn't really make any difference. I think we just go closer. Okay, I think we're pretty fine to go straight for this. The key thing is we do want our halflings to move before their halflings, which they should do if we stay like this. $18 boars is pretty scary. And they do move before us with these. So perhaps we... well, we still got to bless. I'm going to try and weaken these. It's a bit annoying because they're difficult to attack, but I don't think we can ignore the dwarves. So yeah, we take a few losses there. I don't think we can ignore the boars. I think we got to bless. Take those out immediately. Which doesn't really work. But it was going to do a lot more than that. Turn them to stone though, so that's great. Let's stay in place. Still taking quite a few losses to the halflings there. Guess I could have maybe blessed the elf, but that seems really silly. Could have also gone forward with the dwarves, but they are pretty slow. These can't get involved regardless. Let's go and kill this off. Shouldn't really have done that, because if the boars are about to break out, which they are, that could be really bad. Yeah, I think we have to go forward with these now. Yeah, 2 more losses. How did 2 halflings get 2 kills? That's crazy. And they get one last move. No, they don't. We do finish them off that time. 15 losses. That kind of sucks. Basic luck. Let's go for it. That's a good one to have in this game. And we get 16 extra halflings back, so we'll take it. Fastest units we have. We don't really have any fast units at all. They're all average speed. I think we leave these behind. We could pick up the extra halflings. If we can't see a fight to take, maybe there's no need. Is there actually a need to stay in the town? We don't, of course, have a mage guild in there. So I think we probably do just move back out. This is the end of the path too. So the question is, what does this actually lead us to? Okay, a stone lith. And it's not too heavily guarded. Maybe even Dimitri could take that, but we're not going to risk that. So what is his best stack that we could take off him? So most of those stacks will drop our morale, but we could go for the sprites. Okay, question is, do we now go for the lots of elves? So those have upgraded, but there should be 20 at most. No, I think we definitely don't. Not strong enough for that. Just gonna see what's to the west. So we can see desert terrain. So the upgraded Stonehenge is in reach. We do now have the +1 Mercury per turn, which is good, but we need 20 as soon as possible, plus lots of gold. I think we do upgrade the archery range, although if we do upgrade Stonehenge, we at least don't have to pay the double upgrade cost. But let's just go for this. So that upgrades the elves. Still 2 to 3 damage. How much of a difference does that actually make? Can't remember. 2 to 3 damage. They're a lot faster, so they go from average speed to very fast. 15 hit points each, still 15. 4 and 3 attack and defense versus 5 and 5. So yeah, they're kind of a basic upgrade, nothing special. Okay, we're gonna end the turn there. And yeah, gold still very much the bottleneck, so if we can take on a pack of elves there, that might actually be worth doing. We do want some faster units. Yeah, because those are average speed. Have we left? We've left the halflings behind, shouldn't have done that. Okay, we can work with that. We're going to end the turn there. So 58 halflings here, we're going to go for the extra 16, which brings us back to roughly the numbers we had before. We're going to move up, take those units, and bring these back together. I think we'll take a stack of 23 sprites over 1 battle dwarf. She's back to neutral morale, which is fine. Okay, let's open this up. Is this the right configuration? Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, how are we looking? 3 to 6 kills. I think we still got to go for Bless. Okay, situation for the elf not looking too good. We can try and walk away. I don't think there's much we can do though. He's going to come after us. Might be better off just pulling him away, accepting the loss. We could kill this stack off right now, in which case would have been better off staying in place. But if we do bait one of the stacks of 6 away, that's probably okay. Medusas take the hit fairly well. Could bring these in, but let's keep them out. These go back to where they were. These kill off the strongest stack they can, and there should be no losses. Okay, so we can push through slightly further. At this point, I can't remember if going for a stone lith allows us to go straight back through the other side. The chance of there being a really strong guard on the immediate other side is really low. I think if we go for this fight, we want the sprites at the top. We might lose them, but that's fine. These want to go as soon as possible. The elf we probably want to get rid of, but I don't think we want to delay by an entire turn. But it doesn't really make too much of a difference. A very small amount of extra movement points. Yeah, I think we make do with that. Okay, so Batorna is going to go back to the town for now. Do we go straight for the upgraded Stonehenge, or do we try and save up for the Red Tower? Key thing we need is a better source of Mercury, which is still doable. 6 sprites will slow us down, probably not worth it, but never mind. Take these 2. Oh wow, okay. So there's actually a gold mine just there. There's a gold mine, there's a chest which is easily doable. I think we still want to see what's through there, but not necessarily go aggressive because we've got some pretty good map objectives around. How long do we have? These timers tend to be pretty generous. Yeah, month 5, week 4, day 7, so 5 full months. And we're still in week 3. Don't think we have to worry too much about the timer. We do have a fair amount of movement, but yeah, I think we just end the turn there. Save our gold, I guess. Guess upgraded cottage would be fine to go for, but there's really no reason to be focused on using each possible turn of construction in that town. Let's just end the turn there. Still no sign of any movement, which is good. What I really want to do is send Dimitri through there first. But only if he can come back, and there's a chance that there's a fairly weak guard on the other side, which we might wish we just went for. Anyway, for now we're just going to take the elf, and we're going to split these up. Okay, relatively heavy losses. Still just have Bless, unfortunately, which is not going to do too much for us. 1 to 3 kills. Okay, so we go for this. This stack moves first. They hopefully don't kill off all of the sprites, so we hopefully waste both of their turns. Rush straight forwards. Of course, with these being 4 speed, doesn't really matter where we put the halflings. They're actually focusing down the sprites, which is completely fine. Do we try to stop ourselves going for Bless? I'm not seeing where we get our spell points back from, so I think we do hold off. Wow, 37 did a lot less than 30. So fairly heavy losses taken. Potentially this will not be worth it. Probably shouldn't have done that. That's a couple of extra losses we didn't need to take, perhaps. Okay, fine. I think it's gotta be her that goes through. It's really risky, but it's also only risky if the map creator is really harsh. And so far it seems like all the spawns are about what you'd expect, so it's not an exact science, but I think this is fine to do. Crap. Ah, okay. Spacebar does work, so we're safe. That's really important. I don't want to go for this veteran pikeman. We'd probably win it, but with 51 halflings, you can actually see red does own a mine just there. So yeah, clearly this is the valley. We can see the valley. There's the mountains that go all across it, so it kind of cuts across the map from southwest to northeast. I think there's no reason to rush into that. We're getting a lot of good things on the map. There's a lot of good stuff we can still do. Move back towards this. Bit of extra ore there, which is really great. We could actually have a serious think about... We could even do it this turn. We could upgrade this to a castle. This was supposed to be a Sorceress playthrough, and it still will be, but... the red tower is still some distance away. Particularly because of the Mercury, and I think we don't want to lose the momentum of being able to have wizard units. They're very much within reach. Plus, we could go for the Mage Guild, of course. I think it's got to be done. It does, of course, give us 500 extra gold per turn, which is going to be reduced by 30%, so 350 per turn, not too bad. Will eventually pay for itself. Then we go for this, and we go to the west. If we take on lots of gargoyles, we will take some losses for sure, because they are going to focus down the halflings, so we'd probably actually want to leave the halflings behind, perhaps go for the water summoning altar. Yeah, maybe we go back for that. Okay, so we do want the Mage Guild in here, which we need a couple more turns for. Chance we get some wood from the campfire. Okay, so what can Vitorna do? She could still go for the water wheel, which I guess is worth doing. Yep, so it's day 4, we don't have too much time left to go for this stuff, so we'll go for the windmill, we'll go for the water wheel, we'll start coming back, and we will just focus on saving up in this town for now. Okay, end the turn there. Still no sign that red's going to go aggressive, which is great news. So week 5, 2,200 gold. Could she reach this turn? If she can, she should definitely go for that. Okay, what else could we get? So that is too far away. If we take one step across with Luna, then he can reach. So 600 extra gold, then we go for this. 7 water elementals. That could be important. So if we actually compare these two heroes, so Agar does have, he's level 3. Got 18 spell points. He's got better spells. Luna is level 5. She's got that archery. She's got luck. Okay, so the fastest units we have, so these are average speed, so it's not too much to be gained. He's got those 55 halflings though, I can't even remember him having that many. That's actually really important. That's going to make a big difference. But we don't bring the halflings to the fight with the gargoyles. Really don't want to do that. But yeah, for this next fight, we just want some bulky stacks. Bring them together. Doesn't really matter what the placement is, I guess. Okay, we'll go to the east where we can see a little bit of wood up for grabs, plus free artifact potentially could be guarded because it is Heroes 2 and they are sometimes guarded. That's the wrong way, but we can always change course next turn. So 300 gold is not enough to do anything in this town. It's day 5. So what could we do before the end of the week? Statue, of course, we do want because that's a bit of extra gold, and gold is the main bottleneck right now. Pen is going to cost us just 800 gold, it's not too bad. But unlikely to make too much use of boars. Very important that we're producing lots of units in this town, but don't have to worry too much about that just yet. I guess we could go for the Horde of Halflings there, that would be quite doable, but again, just a campfire, which is pretty bad reward. Lots of sprites. +1 knowledge. Yeah, I think we just leave the Sorceress town as it is, let it build up over time. We've got pretty much the right types of units to take this fight with the gargoyles. I think we do want to bring Agar back though, because, well, it kind of depends. So if there's no chance we go for the red tower in this town, the key thing is just to have enough gold to keep this town ticking along. So Cliff Nest is within reach before the end of the week, but we can't go for both the Cliff Nest and the well. So it might not be that important. 8 extra halflings, again it's not much, but we're actually using those. And as they say, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, so yeah, I think let's increase the output of the units we're actually using. Let's go for the statue. Bit of extra gold income that we can use next turn, and for this fight we're ready to go. Few losses expected. We'll try to save the Medusas if we can, there's a chance we can't. First loss probably about to come in. Yes, it does. Okay. So this stack of 19 can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can reach this stack. So let's absorb the retaliation. There's a chance they don't actually kill us in response, so that didn't really need to be done, but never mind. Go for this. So we've still got most of our hit points on that stack. We go for this. I think if we're very likely to get 2 kills, then it's worth doing, but since we're going to be doing 19 to 33 damage, let's assume it's going to do about 25. It's only going to get 1 kill. Then again, a stack of 4 is the perfect thing for this to take on, so let's go for that. And if we go for this 2 to 4 kills, I think this is a situation we want to go for Blessing. Kill 4 of these off. And I was hoping these guys could take on a stack of 6 okay, but it looks like it's not super clear cut, so let's go for the simplest one we can. Hoping we can prevent that second loss to the Medusas. They're still hanging on for now, but it's not looking good. Okay, so a stack of 6 and a stack of 5, we can only kill 4 off at a time. We'll try and weaken these. I think they will probably still kill off a Medusa. Yeah, very close. But actually, we do hang on. A new luck skill does kick in, but unnecessarily. Yeah, we just take the 1 loss, which is fine. Diplomacy basic. I don't really want to mess with that on this particular playthrough. Okay, so lots of pikemen next. That should be quite doable. We can get the extra wood just there, which we potentially could make use of. So we can't quite reach Luna, which means Luna can't get this chest this turn no matter what, so I guess we still go to the east. So this is the gold watch, which doubles the effectiveness of Hypnotize spell, which I can't see us using at all. We'll take the 14 orcs, of course, we'll start coming back, and I think it could be a bit of a challenge to get Agar back across with 100 halflings. So perhaps in that case we actually go to the south. We try to end our turn in Hampshire. We'll figure something out. So the windmill there has been visited. Day 6. Still got a chance of reaching this. So yeah, I guess Dimitri could do a hero chain. Allows us to keep going. Let's do that. Okay, we can see a red hero, but can we actually see what they have? No, even though we have a really good eyesight on them. Doesn't tell us exactly what they have. I would love to know. I guess we could build a Thieves Guild, but let's resist temptation on that. So the well, of course, doesn't really help us on this particular turn. Foundry gives us a few extra golems next turn, but without the well, it doesn't really make too much difference. So if we're not going to end the turn in the town, which looks like there's no way we can, then we don't need Mage Guild this turn. So yeah, we still go for the Orchard, I think. Assuming that it is going to keep benefiting us for a long time. Then we go across to Dimitri. Dimitri is going to take the halflings. And we could maybe use the orcs. I guess we'll take them just in case. And if we can give Agar slightly faster units, that'd be best. Just want to make sure we don't block ourselves in. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I don't want to block myself in, so I guess we could take one step up. Actually, it looks like we're okay. Okay, so we pass these across, we bring all of these together. Medusas still help us block. We'll take the water elementals too, of course. And she's now at neutral morale, so I think we don't mess around with that. Although the orcs could help us, but I think we resist. Yeah, lots of pikemen's not going to be a particularly tough fight. This might seem a bit overkill, but we don't have easy access to those dwarves anymore, so we're going to try and save them. Okay, 5 to 10 kills. I think again, Bless does make sense. Just guarantee that. So 4 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're not going to reach us. 1, 2, 4. I'm not sure why they're so hesitant. They are about to die, I guess. Anyway, that stack goes down. This stack cannot reach us before we can kill them. Probably no need for the Bless there, but it's fine. I guess we don't really need to pick this up with Luna, but if she can't get back to that town either way, then again, we do want to go to the gazebo. So Let's see, fastest units are still 4 speed, second fastest 3 speed. I don't think we should worry too much about that, but then again, I do want as many movement points as possible, so I'm going to take the halflings off her. Then we go to this, get the 1000 experience, which doesn't level us up. We can't quite see that hero still. If Agar was slightly closer, he could maybe have a look. I'm very curious to know exactly who we're up against. But yeah, I think we want to end the next turn in the town, get all of our spell points back. We want the Mage Guild too, which is very much still affordable. That seems like the play. Yeah, so there are some things we can build in this town, but they're not urgent at all. We'll go for this, and we'll stay here for the rest of the turn, because that is about to replenish. Okay, Week of the Condor. I think I will send Agar in, because I'm so curious what this guy has. Although, we can see it with this guy instead. Can you get close enough? No. Okay, fine. So City of the Dead there, which I'm pretty sure gives them access to extra liches. I'm going to check out his lands. Okay, so we see 2 of them. So Gem has genies, she has bone dragons. Zam has a pack of bone dragons. Wow, okay. So we're still a long way behind. And if they should break through and start taking us on, we're in trouble. But I guess it's perhaps up to us. If they can't get through the green barrier, then kind of do it on our time. And Agar could continue to explore this. So we could have some idea of what they have before we go in. It's wishful thinking perhaps, but we'll see how it goes. So Mage Guild level 1 for sure. So now we finally have access to other spells, but unfortunately they are Cure, Shield, no Magic Arrow, which is the one I really wanted. So Red Tower is approaching, but we still need a little bit more Mercury. It's not going to be easy to come by. We could try trading for it. We do have quite a lot of crystal. Some more up for grabs there too. Okay, let's focus on grabbing the free resources. So 1,000 gold just there. Yeah, it's really just gold that's holding us back. Mercury too, I suppose. But feels weird to leave this town unused. We do have some pretty good units in there still. If we upgrade these, it's going to be expensive. But 1,200 gold is not too bad just to get it done. And then we're faster. Faster than the halflings already, but we're faster than the sprites too. Faster than these elves as well. So we could start using Batorna for actual fights pretty soon. Could also consider picking up a new hero, so Rebecca comes with a few extra units. Okay, that's fine for now. End the turn there. Okay, so Luna still has too few movement points as far as I'm concerned, but there's not really too much we can do about that. I think we will just use this guy, strengthen him up a bit. Try and scout out as much as we can of the valley. Okay, so Luna does now have all of her spell points back. She should also have access to a fresh batch of halflings. We could also go for... Actually, Mage Guild level 2 is... It's bad because it slows us down getting phoenixes, but this is the perfect time to go for it. So we get Lightning Bolt, we get Dragon Slayer, which I think works against Bone Dragons. You'd think it does. But yeah, now that we've done that, we should definitely be strong enough to take on the Veteran Pikeman. We can actually send Agar through as well, and he can start scouting this out too. I think this might lead to the other player, which could be bad. Because actually a lot of our best units are still in this town. So yeah, we have 9 unicorns up for grabs, for example. If the AI has something like that, then we are in some trouble. Which might be a reason to just use Luna to break through, and then come back. But what else could she really do? So if she goes all the way back, Pack of War Trolls is not relevant right now. We'd have to break through lots of Grand Elves. I wouldn't be surprised if we need to go onto the boat and that leads us to the green tent. Yeah, we're perhaps not strong enough to go for this yet. Okay, in terms of other fights we could take, there's nothing in this immediate area. Lots of Orc Chiefs is doable. Same thing there. But none of this stuff is that great. So yeah, it's the lots of Grand Elves we want to take on. And we don't really have a great composition for that, so I'm a little bit reluctant, but potentially going into our opponent's lands is exactly what we need to do. Okay, so 3 extra spell power from this, that's really great. Get ready to go through. Okay, 2 ore from that, that's not bad. Tends to be a useful resource. Okay, so 7,600 gold. I think we should probably resist going for an extra hero, although we could have one that just moves between the collectibles. And if we do that, we've got 5,000 gold we can spend immediately. The thing is, I would want to fly across just to block off some of these Grand Elves if we go for those. Or Elves even. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to do that. So we pick these up, we upgrade the Elves to Grand Elves. We want sprites ready to block. Definitely take the Unicorn. Definitely take as many of these as possible. So these are 5 speed, so they have a decent chance of getting across. I don't think we need too many sprites. Something like this, perhaps. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. Basic logistics, that's really nice. Okay, end the turn there, and indeed we do see signs of our opponent just there. So this is now very risky. I'm actually going to save because I'm not willing to give up the game over this, but I do think we should break through because there's nothing else to be done here. Shouldn't need to take any losses from this. Okay, 4 to 8 kills. I think Bless still probably makes sense. If we go for Lightning Bolt, we've got enough spell points to go for that 10 times, but I think we want to try and save our spell points if we can. So that first stack goes down, might lose a veteran, not a veteran pikeman, might lose a Medusa here, but we actually don't. So 5 speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they can reach. Okay, I think we skip the turn with this. Skip the turn with this. These will attempt to cover our Medusas. Okay, this is a bit tough. So the question is, do these resist damage when they're petrified? Because I'm pretty sure that's the case in Heroes 3. I think it's fine to wake them up, they're not going to kill off a Medusa at this point. Okay, so we get Pathfinding, which actually could be useful. And we can see there is Phineas, who is probably stronger than us. It's not super clear. He's their best. So the question is, what happens if we take the fight and we lose? So of course the big threat is, if our halflings go down, we don't really have too much left, but we do have 8 spell power and we do have the ability to cast Lightning Bolt up to 9 times. But yeah, he is stronger than us for sure. So what can we do to strengthen up? The thing is, I don't know his stats as well, that's another thing. The spellcasting could save us. If we could defeat him, then we're actually in a really good place. I wonder if we could bait him into attacking this town. Seems possible. It kind of paralyzes us because it's then... we're then effectively playing on his terms. We have to wait for him to attack us, but I'm pretty sure he would fall for it. So I'm tempted to come back. I don't think we should take this fight in the field. I think that would be a mistake. We've only got 3 spell points that we can get back by going back, but... yeah, we're not strong enough to take this. Hopefully he'll take the bait and he'll come attack us in our town. We might not even make it back. Okay, do we take 14 orcs? Even at the cost of morale? I think we don't. We'd actually go for a few more water elementals, which I think we should do. And Agar reach. He's got more movement. Okay, so in this town, I think we could probably justify going for Foundry. We definitely do want things that are going to help us defend. So we could go for the Tavern, which I wouldn't normally go for, but it does help us use the Orcs. But we're still probably better off going for something like Foundry and just having a few Iron Golems help us survive. Of course, right and left turret make a bigger difference. How much would the moat help us? The moat probably would help us a bit. It doesn't cost too much. I don't think we need to upgrade the Mage Guild at all. I think Lightning Bolt should be enough. I don't enjoy building these defensive buildings, but if it's gotta be done, now's the time to do it. Okay, so back to Rebecca. She goes across to this, which doesn't give us too much gold to work with, but yeah, lots of elves. This should be about 20 elves, which should be fine. I wonder if we should split these instead. I think we should. Okay, so actually expected to lose a unicorn, which we're going to do our best to prevent. Oh wow, 1 to 2 kills each. Thought we'd be stronger than that. Okay, gonna go straight for the Bless and just do what we can. Please go forward. Okay, they are going to focus down the unicorns, so this stack has moved, this stack moves next, so we want to block off the 2 stacks of 6. First stack will just kill us off, but this is why the sprites are here, just to waste the turn of that 1 stack of 6. And yeah, we do take a loss to that unicorn, so there's nothing we can really do about that. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Just 1,000 gold again, so... this is maybe not the right choice, because this is the same fight, but actually a tougher guard. No higher chance of the chest being any better. But still, we're not going to come back here for some time, so I think we just go for it. This time expected to lose more, yeah, so this is way tougher. Shouldn't have gone for this. In theory, we'll get the money back, but... doesn't help us too much, so 20 damage for Magic Arrow. I think we still want to Bless. Pretty sure we do lose the 2 unicorns. Yeah, so first unicorn goes down, second unicorn goes down. How do they keep the losses to 2? I'm really surprised by that. Do we Bless? Wow. We're going to take 3 losses. I don't know how Auto-Resolve managed to pull that off. I don't know what I'm missing here. Okay, this was a terrible decision. Absolutely terrible decision. How do we win this? I don't think it's possible. Not like we can surrender. So just got to do as much damage as we can and just take the loss on the chin. That's it, that's the most we can do. So this stack, if we go for the magic arrow on them, we get 2 kills off that. That's gonna have to do, and then we have to retreat. Okay. I feel like we could be about to see a very negative turn. Should not have gone for that. I figured it'd be similar numbers though, like that's a weirdly strong guard. There's still a pack left. For 1 chest. About 50% more of them. Did Auto-Resolve actually win that? Because I'm sure that shouldn't be possible. Okay, well we probably don't bring Rebecca back. She does have logistics, which is nice, but yeah, I don't think we can justify doing that. Okay, so 14 halflings off that. Bring those back to the town. That was not good. Okay, so green does not come to attack us, which is not something I actually feel that great about. I wish he did. So we're still making a good amount of money. We're not too far off being able to upgrade this, which does give us an extra 500 gold per turn, although in practice 350 per turn. Still want to know more about my opponents, but it's not worth spending wood on that. Green has more towns than us. So we're well behind. Thing is, it's not clear how we power up quickly. We don't have many options for that. The best option was to bait him in. 7 water elementals is not bad. It's maybe not enough to swing the battle in our favor, but I actually am going to do something I'm not sure I should do, which is I really want to know his stats, and I think if we get 1 more Thieves Guild, it will tell us. Wow, okay, 6, 5, 3, 6. Yeah, we don't want to take that fight at all. So, do we go back to the town, or do we try to achieve something else? So the fight with the Grand Elves up there would be really rough, but it does at least open up this new zone, which is the best thing we can do. Really don't want to lose the Wizard Town though, so it's a bit of a dilemma. It really is, and losing those units in that previous fight really sucked, because it's this side that I think should make the push through the Grand Elves. They're rough units to deal with. If we could get the Red Tower, that'd make a big difference. I actually might play really defensively for a bit, which is something I never recommend doing, but we want to hang on to this town for sure. We can continue to fortify it. In the meantime, we can save up for the Red Tower. So we probably should finish off the pack of elves. We have at least done a good amount of damage to them. They're not going to do too much to us if we can actually get a decent number of units in here. So we've got the gold mine just there. There is another gold mine potentially up for grabs just there, but it's risky. We could send Dimitri through just to scout, or we could even do that with Agar. I don't want to lose Agar, but he is a great choice to just reveal a lot about the map. We could give him some units, make him faster. I just wish there was something useful we could do with Luna around here. So like lots of wolves for a gems mine, that could be useful-ish long term, but it leaves Hampshire vulnerable. So that's why we need to know exactly how close green is to reaching us. So that's why Agar has to go through. Okay. These go in the town. We have already built this turn. Okay, I'm going to give Agar the fastest units possible, which actually I guess he's already pretty fast. Make sure he has those relatively fast units. Dimitri pulls back. Luna is going to have to stay in place. Torna goes back. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Is green going to go aggressive against us? It looks like he's not. Okay, through to the other side. Pretty sure we will lose Agar really quickly, but in the meantime we're going to scout out as much as we can. So there's a gold mine just there. We can see a path there to the north as well. Not sure how he has more towns than me, that's concerning. Yeah, I fear that Luna is stuck in place. We do want to keep upgrading this town first and foremost, so I think Foundry is a good one to go for. We do have potentially one extra slot. Iron Golems help us defend. We can take them out if we need to for some reason. We can go for the well pretty soon. Ivory Tower requires the Foundry, which we do have, but it's also very expensive in terms of resources. We need extra wood, which it's not clear where that's going to come from. Pen and Cliff Nest could help us. The thing is, green is going to be getting stronger while we're doing this. He's definitely not strong enough to take on red. Okay, I think this is going to end up being a multi-part series. That obviously wasn't the plan with it being this long, but this is going to be a multi-part series. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll leave a playlist link in the description where you will find all further parts. I'll see you in part 2.